Okay, so this video is a home exercise program, and I wanted to review some of the things we discussed on yesterday's visit. Looking at my notes. We were talking about you having to sit at a computer for long periods of time, and we mentioned maybe taking more breaks, and that included getting up and walking around. Um, and maybe turning off your camera so that when you're walking around, you're not disturbing the class. That was one thing we discussed. The second thing we discussed is understanding that when you're sitting at the computer and you are working on, watching it all, that you have a tendency to kind of keep your shoulders kind of up. I think you mentioned that you sometimes have your arms closed like this, so your shoulders are up and they're rounded. So one of the things you can do, other than just getting out of the position and walking around, is also trying to remember not to do that. I know that sounds crazy, but the awareness of that is important. Taking several deep breaths in and trying to just let all the tension go out. Doing a couple just really gentle shoulder rolls. Sometimes it's actually good also to do like a fairly intense, bringing the shoulders up, and then so you feel what it's like to be tense, and then just let them go. So those are all some strategies you can do. Also, we talked about the stretch. So to take care of the upper trap stretch, we talked about sitting up straight, having your arms just, if you can, hold the side of the chair or just kind of have them hang. So if I'm trying to stretch this side, I'm going to turn my head just very gently as I'm holding the chair down with this hand, and I'm going to look down towards my opposite chest and try to just hold that. Take a breath in, breathe out, and see if you can stretch a little bit more. You're looking to try to just get a gentle stretch through this whole area. Maybe hold that for a breath or two, and then you go to the other side. The way we talked about it is doing it symmetrically. If you do it once on this side, then you want to do it on that side. Just 2 or 3 times, very gently, trying to stretch that out. We then also talked about putting tennis balls in a sock and then draping it over your side and finding that spot on the right scapula that was that had like a bit of a trigger point, and then just leaning back into your chair and just trying to work it out that way. Also understanding that sock with the tennis balls could work down in your lumbar spine area, or even on the glute medius we talked about, in your buttocks. So there's a lot of different things you can use those tennis balls in the sock for. Remember, with that, you always want to go very gently. You control the pressure. That's why we talked about not putting it under your buttocks and sitting on it, because it's very difficult to try to kind of control the amount of pressure that's going down on your buttocks. So we talked about all of those things for the benefit of loosening up some of the trigger points. The last thing I think we talked about was that stretch, the doorway stretch, where now I'm not in front of a doorway. Let's just imagine this is a doorway, and I'm on the outside of it. I'm going to put my arms on the outside frame. I'm going to have my elbows below my shoulders. I don't want them at my shoulders, and I don't want them up. We can advance that maybe, but for now you have them slightly below. Then I'm going to, while my arms, my elbows, and my hands are on the outside frame, so if you were doing this in your bedroom and you were looking into your bathroom, you step in with one leg, and very gently, you're going to get a little bit of a stretch on the front of your shoulders, and just hold that. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, and see if you can go a little bit more. Now, what's really important, especially in your situation, is you've got to make sure your core is on. Because if I'm here and I step in and I go too far, we have a tendency to stretch, to extend our back here. We don't want that. So by keeping the tension in your core, you can still get the stretch up in your shoulders, but not at the consequence of your low back. As we discovered with those leg exercises and sitting and all, things can aggravate the back when you don't even realize it, because you're doing something else to try to help some other area. I do believe that is it. Yeah, I think that's all. So I'm gonna stop now, and I'm gonna send that to you via YouTube, and I'll send you the link. Obviously, we'll be in touch, but any questions or problems, you just let me know. Okay? Very Very good. I'll see you later.